Hey, what's up, losing sports bettors? It's Randall from OddsJam, and today I'm going to talk to you about some myths that are in sports betting that, as a losing sports bettor, you probably believe in, or you have at least used what I'm about to tell you to place a bet and lost. So, the number one myth in sports betting, and probably the one that gets on my nerves the most, that I see constantly on Twitter, that I saw all day yesterday regarding the LSU Florida game, is that public betting percentage matters. This is total nonsense. Like, this is absolute nonsense. The public betting percentage has absolutely nothing to do with the outcome of the game. Okay. Yesterday, 62% of the public was on LSU. Where do you find those numbers? I mean, honestly, where do you find those numbers? Because there are multiple websites that will give you public betting percentages. Where are they being pulled from? Is it from DraftKings? Is it from Bet by the Beach, your local sports book down the road? Where are these numbers coming from? It is total nonsense. I mean, it's absolute insanity for you to believe that public betting percentage actually matters about a game being played on a basketball court. Okay. And I'm going to tell you why here in just a little bit. It does not matter. But why did Florida lose the game last night? I saw so many people, oh, Florida has to be the play. There's no way Vegas is just handing out money on LSU, ranked team catching three, blah, 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 on and on and on and on. Florida has to be the play. Why'd they lose? Well, first of all, they fucking suck. All right. That's number one. And second of all, they went 7 for 31 from three. They shot 50% from the free throw line, and they're a 9-6 team. Okay. They're not a good team. And that's what losing teams do. They find ways to lose basketball games. Okay. Now, for those of you that still believe that public betting percentage matters, all right, I'm going to, again, explain to you why it does not. I pulled some public betting percentages from a website. Again, how accurate it is, I have no idea. That's another point, is how accurate is this data? But if you believe it, and we're just going to pretend that it does matter, I'm going to show you what would happen if you would have faded the public this week in college basketball. On Monday, you would have went 8-9 fading the public. Guess what? Losing. On Tuesday, you would have went 16-21. Guess what? Another losing day fading the public. On Wednesday, you would have went 11-24-1 fading the public. How'd that work out yesterday, fading the public? Just curious. Are you broke yet? Yeah, you probably are. Sum that up for the week. 35-54-1 fading the public in college basketball. Is it working? Fade the public work? I don't think so. Garbage. It's ludicrous. It is total insanity. If you're handicapping games like this, you are going to be a losing sports bettor. I can guarantee you that. Okay. This worked 5 years ago. I was one of those guys. I looked at these percentages. I'd fade the public in these big games because guess what? Not many people were sports betting 5 years ago. The market's changed. It's totally different. All right. You missed the boat long ago. That cruise ship has sailed and you're left standing there with nothing. All right. If you're going to continue betting games like this, again, you are going to lose. Sports bettors now have more data, have access to just everything that they did not have access prior to, prior to sports betting becoming legal. In the NBA this week, oh, well, how about the NBA? What happens if you faded the public in the NBA? You went 11-11. 11-11. Drink the juice. All right. You lost. You lost money this week, fading the public in the NBA. Well, what about the NFL? How'd that? I fade the public in the NFL and I'm profitable. Are you? Because if you faded the public this year in the NFL in every single game, 133, 131-4. Profitable? No, it's definitely not. I'm going to go ahead and call you a duct tape shoe sharp. All right. You refuse to adjust. You continue to think that fading the public is going to get you rich. I'm here to tell you it's not. All right. Looking at these public percentages is a total waste of time. Absolute waste of time. If that's how you're handicapping games or you're using it to handicap games, throw it out the window. Give me your money. All right. Instead of giving it to the sports books, give it to me. I would love to have some more money. All right. The next thing, get off my high horse here about public percentage. Again, it's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. For some reason yesterday on Twitter, it was a huge discussion. LSU, Florida can't play LSU like they're a public team. Well, Florida sucks. All right. Second reason, or the second myth, you cannot make money sports betting. All right. This is 100% false. I mean, it is absolutely false. And before I started this stream, I had some screenshots. I forgot to put them in here. Feel free, email me, contact at OddsJam.com, Randall at OddsJam.com, or at Randall K Bets on Twitter. I will gladly send these to you. I was going to show them in this video, but again, I forgot to do it prior to going on to this video. But I can show you two sports books last year where I made money in 2021. All right. You can make money sports betting. Are you going to make money sports betting fading the public? You're not. All right. Are you going to make money using OddsJam and all of the tools that OddsJam has to offer? Yeah, probably so. And if you're not, then you're too slow. You're not putting forth enough time, or you just don't understand the product. And if that's the case, ask me. I will help you. Okay. So you can't make money sports betting. That's nonsense. All right. You can, but you have to be educated. You have to put in the time. And again, you just have to know what you're doing. You're not going to become a profitable sports bettor overnight. I've said this before. Anybody who says that they were a profitable sports bettor from day one, they're full of shit and they're lying to you. It's not true. All right. I wasn't. I've shared my story before about my first ever losing bet. Okay. And it was because I was uneducated. So you're not going to be a profitable sports bettor from day one, but you can become profitable. All right. The third one is you should bet on teams who are due for wins. All right. Or as a sports bettor, just betting because you are due for a win. Oh, I've lost my last 6 bets. I'm definitely due to win one here. No. All right. That is total nonsense. And it's a horrible outlook on sports betting. Okay. NJIT, whenever they entered the NCAA as a Division I team in college basketball back in 2007, they lost 51 straight games. At what point were they due? Was it after 22, 23, 24 in a row? Imagine betting them 51 straight times. Imagine betting these teams that you see in hockey that go on 10, 11, 12 game losing streaks, lose all the way up to 19 games. All right. Eventually, yeah, they're going to win a game, but to make a bet because a team is due or because you think you're due as a sports bettor is not a good strategy. It's a very good strategy to lose money, but it's not a good strategy if you want to make money. And then my last one is I have an edge when players are injured. All right. This is not true at all. Do you think that the casinos in Vegas were built on people making a killing on the sports books, handing out money to players who were betting games because key players were out? No, not the case. Do you think these sports books exist because that's the case? Not at all. All right. And these casinos out in Vegas exist because they take everyone's money at the slot machines and the tables. But my point being is these lines are adjusted with the injuries and the news that comes out, and they are the most up-to-date line that has factored in this injury. All right. I would actually be one to say I would prefer to look at the team who has the injury as a team to back, simply because public bettors who everyone loves to fade are jumping on this team that, if the Lakers are playing the Kings and LeBron James is out, everybody's betting the Kings. Or I'm sorry, yeah, everybody's betting the Kings, whereas I would potentially look to take the Lakers there because there's a little bit more value and the public is going to drive that number up. All right. The public doesn't move the line a lot. It's mainly sharp bettors, But everybody loves to fade the public. But in that instance, everybody's going to jump on the king. So which is it? Are you fading the public or are you going with the public? You can't have it both ways. Both of them are losing propositions. All right. All of this has been accounted for. Sports books are smarter than you, believe it or not. All right. But with the tools and the knowledge of OddsJam, you can actually become smarter than the books. All right. Or you can at least gain an edge. Maybe you're not smarter than the books, but you can at least have an edge over the sports books. So be sure to check out OddsJam if you have not yet started a trial. If you're not a member, great tool, great product. I used to be a teacher. I now work for OddsJam. I absolutely love it. I use the product every day to make money. We have our platinum plan that is much faster, and it has more books than the other two plans. If you're curious about that, email me, DM me, however you need to get a hold of me. I'll get in touch with you. We'll set you up with a trial. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully you took something from it, and I look forward to working with you. Thanks, guys.